Hey guys, it's Callie with Right Fit, and I'm here to report back week 1 for my personal project me. So a lot of you are on this adventure with me, and we are basically trying to make some really positive changes, dedicating ourselves to our nutrition, our fitness, our team, the group for 8 weeks so that we can commit to getting to that final form that we're looking for, or whatever changes we can make during that time. My personal goals with this adventure, if you watched day 1, was to take off my Vegas weight. Whoops-a-daisies, might have put 5 pounds on when I was in Vegas. And then I was already about 3 pounds heavier than I'd like to be. So I started my adventure at 156. Never see that number on the scale. Did not love it. And when I had left for Vegas, I was 151. I'm happy at around 148, 147. But below 145, 144 is super trim, very hard to maintain. So that's kind of my range that I'm looking at. I, went through, and I'm doing this because I want to show you guys, I want to show my clients that I'm not going to ask you to do something that I'm not personally willing to do. So I'm committing myself to the nutrition piece. And look at my, list there. I've had very strong nutrition. In fact, maybe I was getting a little too much protein. I like to get about 115 grams. I was up to like 135. So if anything, that maybe a little low on my calories some days. So I need to figure out that balance. So that's one thing I've been working on. Felt super full every day though. Never was feeling like I needed additional food. I'm not gonna lie, the cravings the first couple days, they were there because I had been eating more sweets and more crap that I didn't need to be eating. So there was some of that going on. No problem. Once you get that out of your system, you feel much better, right? So that's the nutrition side. The fitness side, love having the workout program. I'm doing the advanced one, and it's been awesome just knowing I go downstairs, I grab a friend, I pick what workout I'm going to do that day. Well, actually I just look at the calendar. The calendar tells me what workout I'm going to do that day and rock that out. So I've really enjoyed the fitness piece, woken up some muscles that maybe had been dormant a while. My workout program, I have all this funky different things, gymnastics oriented things where I'm hitting some smaller muscle groups. Maybe I was denying a little bit. So love the nutrition, love the fitness. Long story short, started my 156. If I were you guys, I'd only weigh in once a week. So I would have waited today. I was 148.5. So I was actually 156.5. So 8 pounds, high five, weight loss. That's crazy for just my first week. Now here's the thing. That is not normal. That's not expected to have an 8-pound weight loss a week. My thing is that, I started at 156, dropped immediately down to 154 and 153. That was some false vacation weight, just bloating and water that I was carrying. So really it wasn't as much of a weight gain. The other part of that is that I don't expect to lose that each week. In fact, I'm happy where I am in my weight. Now I just want to move some things around a little bit to finish up my process. It's only 7 more weeks, guys. Got to make sure you pick up my workouts and just keep it clean and shave off the rest that I can. So that was, the basics. If you weren't watching the process, this would be my high five, over and out. Let's see what happens next week. But if you were watching, I want to just give you a little bit of explanations because you probably saw that I did have a lot of ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, right? It was crazy. And I usually don't weigh myself every day, so this was interesting to look at my weight daily. And I had some different weird things that went on that I would like to tell you guys about in case you've ever experienced something similar. So I started at 156, 154, 153, 153, 153. Then when I was at 153 that evening, I popped up to 160 in one day, right? I was going to bed. I'm like, I'll just weigh myself, just, see where I'm at real quick. 160. What does a girl do when she sees that? She cries. Okay, I didn't cry right at that moment, but I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, what am I retaining? I noticed that I had like a lot of bloating in my belly, and I just had, kind of been feeling ishy a little bit. So first thing I thought of is, I need to obviously address this, figure it out, but I need to get some sleep. So went to sleep that night, didn't set my alarm for the next day because usually I've been getting like, since I got home from Vegas, maybe 5-6 hours of sleep. I'm used to 8 hours of sleep, and I know as a health coach that if you're not sleeping enough, you're not going to see the proper weight adjustment. So just decided to watch and monitor my sleep a little bit more. Did that, woke up the next day, still felt groggy, like felt nauseous. I just didn't feel awesome. And I'm used to feeling awesome every day. When you ask how I'm doing and I say awesome or fantastic, I'm not blowing smoke. Like, I really do feel that great, and I didn't feel great. And if you guys remember on day like 3, I felt tired. It's like, what's that all about? I don't feel tired ever. So something's going on in my system. So all I wanted to do was lay on the couch and cry at first. Do you guys ever get that? Lay in your closet and cry, something doesn't fit right, whatever. That wasn't going to help anybody, wasn't going to help anything. I could have went and got some bad foods, didn't do that. My husband looked at me and he's like, you really feel like crap and you're going to go out for a run. And I said, yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to think for a little while. I need to just get my system moving and see what's going on. So went out, my run turned into an 8-mile run of thinking of, trying to assess what was going on. And here's the quick overview of what I had going on. Number one thing is I had the sleep identifying thing, right? So I was working on that. The second thing is that I increased my protein factor by quite a bit. So I was thinking, how I kind of felt nauseous, my tummy was bloated, maybe I was having too much protein. So I added aminogen back in my system to help break that down, and then brought my protein factor down a little bit, back to my 105, 115. Okay, so now I was working on 2 different things. Then the third thing is the lactose. I don't drink milk, guys, and if you do drink milk and you have, these types of symptoms in the beginning of your program, a lot of times it's because our bodies don't produce enough lactase to break down all of that different protein that we're putting it in. Because imagine this, if you're having a shake with 12 ounces of milk and you're having 2 a day, you're going up to 24 ounces of milk a day, where maybe you were barely having any before. So that might be something that you need to address. Personally, I eat a lot of Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, do cheeses and things like that. So I actually even pulled off of that. I'm going to reintroduce it to see how it makes my tummy feel. Okay, so I did the protein. Very last thing that I looked at was my stress. And here's what I really think it came down to, is that my stress factor has been through the roof. So let's face it, we kicked off 17 different project meetings. I have a lot of coaches I'm working with, trying to make sure everybody has exactly what they need. And I'm working like 18-hour days. So I've been through some serious stress in the past, and I was sick during that time. In fact, I was sick for like 3 months. I had done tons of different tests and had been in and out of the doctor, all sorts of stuff. At the end of it, they just said, okay, so maybe it's like signs of other things, all brought on by stress. So it was stress at the end of the day. So here's what I thought to myself. Number one thing for me to take care and make sure that I'm not having those crazy fluxes, feeling nauseous, having the bloated tummy, I need to identify my stress and make some changes. So if you guys have seen that you've been in a time in your life where you're not letting go of weight, this might be one of the primary factors. Here's something I know. Is it going to help for me to go out and, eat pizza and drink beer because I'm stressed? No, not going to help. Is it going to help if I stop working out? Absolutely not. So it's not like take your program backwards. You need to keep doing everything you're doing, keep being healthy, try to gain that energy, but don't expect the weight to come off as fast if you're stressed out. So how can you identify that? What changes can you make to your schedule? That's currently what I'm doing, is I'm trying to adapt, make some different changes, making sure I'm taking care of my body, number one, so that I can take care of everything else. So that was my adventure over the last week. The first week I showed you guys where I was at. Remember in my bathroom? And I was like, here's where I used to have a 6-pack. I've been like abs girl for so long. Where'd my 6-pack go? That's what I want to work on cutting back in. So after week 1, I don't know, like this is kind of where I'm back to. So not fully there for me, but getting there, making progress. I have 7 more weeks. That's not a lot of time. Dedicate myself. Just keep doing exactly what I'm doing with those minor changes I talked about, and watch my stress and my sleep, and that's where I'm at. So week 1, over and done. Tons of fun. That was a rhyme. That was really good, right? Just made that up. So thanks for watching, guys. Callie with Right Fit, Project Me, my journey, over and out. Thanks.